Kingdom. Before yesterday's arrest, Lesotho had been linked to multiple homicide investigations, including the 2022 murder of a landlord in Vallejo, California, and a double homicide of an elderly couple in Pennsylvania that happened that same year. Yesterday, Lesotho was arrested alongside Michelle Zajko. She's a person of interest in the Pennsylvania homicides. Police say she purchased the guns that were fired at border agents in Vermont last month. Zajko also owns property in the Northeast Kingdom. She's facing charges for trespassing and possessing a handgun. We also know that the two people who shot at Agent Mayland, Teresa Youngblood and Felix Buckholt, had been living in a condo in North Carolina before the shootout. Lesotho had also been living there as recently as this winter. Likewise, Maximilian Snyder, who's accused in the homicide in California, applied for a marriage license with Youngblood, and federal documents allege they are in frequent contact. All of these people appear to be part of a cult-like group calling themselves Zizians, where Lesotho is their reported leader. Pled not guilty to federal weapons charges and is being held in a New Hampshire jail pending her next court date. Federal investigators are still analyzing what happened to Agent Mayland. They have not released whose bullet killed him. Once that determination is made, more charges could be filed in this case.
What? Why is it trying to go after border agents? Are all them immigrants? And they don't look like it, though. I mean, it probably is, though. Bring it back, bring it back.
Another person has been arrested that could be connected to the shooting death of U.S. Border Patrol agent David Chris Mayland. Mayland, you'll remember, was killed in a shootout in the Northeast Kingdom of Vermont last month. 2 civilians were involved. One of them was also killed. The other, Teresa Youngblood, is facing federal weapons charges. And now we are learning more about a group that the 2 suspects appear to belong to. They call themselves Zizians. NBC5's Liz Streppa has been following this. Liz, we understand that this group's leader was arrested?
Yeah, Jack, a person named Jack Lesotho, who goes by the name Ziz online, was arrested yesterday in Maryland for allegedly trespassing on private property and driving a vehicle with a handgun inside it. We're now learning more about Lesotho's associates and their involvement in multiple homicide investigations, including the shooting death of Border Patrol agent David Mayland in the Northeast Kingdom. Before yesterday's arrest, Lesotho had been linked to multiple homicide investigations, including the 2022 murder of a landlord in Vallejo, California, and a double homicide of an elderly couple in Pennsylvania that happened that same year. Yesterday, Lesotho was arrested alongside Michelle Zajko. She's a person of interest in the Pennsylvania homicides.
Wait. This is confusing. They said that person named Jack. They said that person named Jack? Wait, they're moving the subtitles. He said that person's name is Jack. That person looks like the Michelle in this situation. That one looks like the freaking Jack. What's going on here? Satan's games, man. The confusion is real.
Police say she purchased the guns that were fired at border agents in Vermont last month. Zajko also owns property in the Northeast Kingdom. She's facing charges for trespassing and possessing a handgun. We also know that the 2 people who shot at Agent Mayland, Teresa Youngblood and Felix Buckholt, had been living in a condo in North Carolina before the shootout. Lesotho had also been living there as recently as this winter. Likewise, Maximilian Snyder, who's accused in the homicide in California, applied for a marriage license with Youngblood, and federal documents allege they are in frequent contact. All of these people appear to be part of a cult-like group calling themselves Zizians, where Lesotho is their reported leader. Not guilty to federal weapons charges and is being held in a New Hampshire jail pending her next court date. Federal investigators are still analyzing what happened to Agent Mayland. They have not released whose bullet killed him. Once that determination is made, more charges could be filed in this case. Live in the newsroom, Liz Streppa, NBC5 News.
Yeah, that's up. Thank y'all for the report, NBC5 crew. You did a good job. What the heck? That looks very confusing. Those look like the characters that you'll see on freaking the new Saints Row 5 or whatever the heck you call it. People hated that game, bro. It has so many dislikes. This is crazy. What the heck, man? What the heck, man? It's the article right here that I found. Look at this. Who is that person? Is that the person that was even in the video? He said you got the gender pretender cult member booted from the courtroom again after screaming about officers. Something him. I don't know if you can say that word. It says a gender pretender member of a cult-like group facing murder charges. Damn, I don't know if you can say that. I don't know if you can say slurder. Yeah, that's what I said. I said Bobby Smurder. Charges was ejected from a courtroom for a second time on Tuesday over an outburst about his treatment in jail. Alexander Leatham, a man who identifies as a woman, accused officers of not respecting his stated female gender in a California facility. Man, it's Cali, bro. What you expect? While shouting words from a written statement on paper, according to media reports. Lithium is one of several followers of the Zizians, a movement centered around veganism. The heck? No way. There's no way they're not eating meat. Pause. And other causes and linked to at least 6 deletions of the humankind. The jail has been hormonally, what the fuck? The something me for a quarter of a decade. Leatham reportedly yelled while his quarter of a decade. What the heck is a quarter of a decade? How many times does 4 go into 10? I don't think you can fit a quarter into that, but I don't know. Maybe they meant 3.5 years. I still don't think that'll fit. 2.5 years. 2.5 years. That'll fit. So I guess they say for 2.5 years, this been happening. Leatham reportedly yelled while his hands bore shackles. He then tried to resist officers escorting him out. The Post-Millennium reported. We got somebody on Twitter here named Andy. Says breaking terror cult update at the court hearing today, April 8th, for Zizian suspects. Alexander Somni, Leatham, and Surrey Dial, somebody named Tessa, was recognized and cursed at by an angry supporter of the defendants. Before that defendant, Leatham was wheeled something. Oh, they're taking me to X, baby. They're taking me to X. Hey, what is it? Where are we? Yeah, they was wheeled out into the courtroom and had... What do you mean wheeled out? Somebody's in a wheelchair? And had to be restrained by 2 deputies as he continued screaming, or continually screamed, behind a mask. Behind a mask? What is this, Naruto? How you get a mask? About alleged phobia in the jail by officers. Leatham also screamed the jail has been hormonally taken away his womanhood for a quarter of a decade. The judge ordered him out of the main courtroom where he could still be heard screaming from an adjacent room. I don't know who that is in the bottom picture. I have no idea. It's the court, I guess. Court hall, court, county hall, it says. I don't know. We got a bunch of replies. Can I see those? Or do I have to be logged in? I gotta be logged in. Gotta be logged in, whatever. Shoot. Let's continue. said Latham and another defendant were charged in 2022 in a violent attack on a California landlord who tried to evict Zizian members living in box trucks on his property. What the fuck? Latham is accused of attempted as well as bleep stemming from a bleep of a Zizian member. Wait, so they took out one of their own members? Oh no, never mind. The landlord took them out, for which Latham is being held culpable. Courthouse News reported. Latham attorney did not immediately respond to a request for comment from the Daily Caller News Foundation. The Zizians have never publicly made their goals clear. Shoot, I think we kind of know their goals. Their goals are to just go on a rampage. But their leader is gender pretender cosplaying woman, male, who once wrote a blog promoting veganism, punching and bleeps and other ideas, plus concerns about artificial intelligence's effects on humanity. Yeah, the former press had concerns about that too in his exiting statement or his farewell address. I watched it, but I forgot most of the things he said. But I remember that part when he said he had some concerns about AI. Maryland police arrested him and other followers in February after a resident reported they were camping on his property in box trucks with a load of weapons for unknown reasons. Got a related article right there that I think is tied to this article. Latham and co-defendant Suri Dial, who also identifies as bleep, do not yet have a trial date. Zizian member Maximilian Snyder awaits his own trial on charges of bleep, the California landlord from Latham. So he the one that did it. Oh crap. In Dial's case, before he could testify against them, the New York Post reported. This is crazy. Latham was last booted from a court proceeding in March after he reportedly began shouting and resisting officers who tried to bring him in via wheelchair. So he was in a wheelchair. This is a show trial to coordinate the genocide of bleep people. Latham yelled over and over. Genocide, huh? Well, like gender side. But anyway, that's the end of that article. We got some comments. Let's see what the audience was saying. Somebody said, the people the people I've seen who have embraced these lifestyles, I'm not speaking for them. I'm entitled to my opinions regarding my own observations. I think some are just looking for attention. There you go. Others looking to finally fit in somewhere. That's true too. There are so many hurting, lonely people in this world who, lonely girl, oh, lonely wannabe girl, that the answers lie in blaming others for their pain. Yeah. Others may have initially caused their pain, but most of the time it's no longer that person they're directing their anger towards anymore. Yep. So they kind of get away with their BS, and other people have to suffer that had nothing to do with it. Kind of like those slash movies. They call them slash movies. You know, with Jason and Michael Myers. Yeah, the original people, they kind of get away sometimes. If that's how the story goes, I don't remember. But other people that have nothing to do with it, they have to pay for it. There won't be any relief for them without learning how to heal. Facts. They need Christ. Somebody said the dead chick in Nashville was just such a person and a very clearly mentally ill, egged on. Who? I don't know who the person in Nashville is. Somebody said, convince me this movement, if that is a correct definition, is it based on insanity? It is. Total insanity. Pure insanity. Somebody said, I cannot convince you otherwise. Somebody said mental illness but not confine itself to, yeah, bleep. Somebody said bleep manifests itself in many different ways. It does. Yeah, they might be possessed, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised. They basically a little gang. Shoot, they about that thug life. Except they're not even going after the opposition. To them, anybody that's not in their crew is their opposition. Like, what the fuck? I mean, that is how a normal gang is ran. But sometimes they at least have like freaking allies, which are other gangs and whatnot, or crooked cops and junk like that. But damn, these people just anybody could get it that wasn't in their group. That's crazy. Somebody said the prison is bleep him. I think that's the least of his worries. Yeah. And why would he want to stay like that in prison, bro? They're gonna come after you, right? They're gonna be like, yo, they'll be like, damn, little mama too, damn. Little mama too feminine to pass up. They'll be like, what's up? But nothing, get away from me. Freak you say? I say get the hell away from me. If I punch you in the face. He be like, the freak he talking to, bro? He gonna pass the CO about $20. And the motherfucker gonna be like, they're gonna be like, wait, how do you get that much money? He gonna start laughing. And then he gonna realize the dude, all his teeth is sharpened. CO then turned away, and him and his crew then just start. No, he ain't gonna sound that. He gonna be like, boom, 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 boom. You trust me, you do not want to look like a girl in a men's prison. You tripping, bruh. But then again, hey, I guess he's just a lonely wannabe girl. Lonely wannabe girl. I know y'all know that song. That's the oldies right there. Lonely girl. Okay, so it said, but Bob Foster, I don't know who that is, said these people were not. Yeah, guess old Bob was wrong again. I wonder who that is. Somebody said Bob Foster was fraudster. Good one. Was crying about losing a shilling to the stock market yesterday. Today the market was up 3,000 points. Blob is completely uneducated. Weird. I don't know who that even is. Somebody said just another, yeah, supporter. So they're definitely anti-America. Cause why would you go after freaking border agents? What do they have to do with you? They're doing their job out there. Like, what does that have to do with you? Your side just lost. You have to deal with that. You know, me, I didn't have no side in this. I didn't even participate. But if I did, there's no way I'm going with whoever these guys were for. No freaking way. So we can have more of them on the streets? Oh no. So hey, salute to the men out there doing their thing. Thank you for your service. And may the Lord have mercy on that man's soul that lost his, he lost his time here in the world. Because these people are just crazy. Why would they do that? What did he do to them? I don't know. Most likely nothing. But maybe he misbleeped them. That's probably what he did. He probably said, sir. Person probably didn't like that. Probably start busting at him. Pow, pow, pow. And he probably said, oh, shoot, I'm hit. He can't get to his walkie-talkie in time, so he blasts back. Pow, pow. Took them out, too, and now they both laid out. Sad, man. I don't know how it went. I'm just saying, like, that's probably how it went, but probably not. I don't know. Somebody said, I think they both should be called Zits for short. The latest Jack. What is that? Some type of emoji right here? I don't know what that is. I don't know. Maybe I can copy and paste that into somewhere, and they'll probably show me what that is. What is that? I don't know what that is. Yo, what is that? Oh, he put a donkey. Hey, sheesh. He put a donkey. Wow. You get it? Because one side is a donkey, the other side is like a elephant, right? Wow. That was pretty funny. I can't lie. That was pretty funny. But no, I don't think he meant it in that way, though. He meant it as, Jack Bleep. Looks like he took a blast to the face from... Yo! Even whatever his name is wouldn't bang that zit after a night of... Yo! These people crazy with the comments. I'm not going to say some of this stuff. That's exactly what I said, demon possession. But they ain't going to let me like that because I'm not signed into whatever website this is. Somebody said bat crap crazy. You know that. But yeah, demon possession like that guy said. Salute to that guy. Salute to a lot of these commenters, man. They just keeping it honest. Free Tory. But look. What's next? The insanity plea. So you know that? You know that? You know he gonna act crazy. You know he gonna act crazy. He already was acting crazy in court. Already. They probably gonna let this guy out. Depending on what state he got locked up in. Because some states, it's like they're too bored for their own good. They're like, I want to see some chaos today. I'm sick of watching slasher movies. I want to see it in real life. It says he obviously deserves the bleep penalty, but life in a mental house for the criminally insane would be right and terrifying. Just as it should be for a freak like this. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. It depends on how much it costs. And it depends on how many people are being shipped there every day or transported there every day. If they got too many people, shoot. I'm sorry, you might have to just bring in the guillotine. I hate to say it. Might have to bring in the guillotine. You know what I'm saying? That'd be cheaper. I'm sorry, it'd be cheaper. For folk like that. Cause what's the point of getting them high for the next 10 or 20 years of their life? And then it's a chance of them getting out. I could be wrong. I never studied this that I'm talking about, this topic, when it comes to mental institutions and whether or not people get out or not. I don't know. I think some people do get out, right? And then some break out, like freaking Sarah Connor or some junk. Probably what this dude wish he could be. He wish you was Sarah. You ain't Sarah. You're not even Reese. I don't know what you are. The heck? Is that the court should declare them insane and put them into a psychiatric institution for life. Yeah, some other people said that too. But my question is, how much would that cost? Country already in debt. How much would that cost? That's what I want to know. How much would that cost if you have a lot of people in there? Because best believe it's going to fill up with more and more people just like this guy that want to gender pretend and cosplay as their mama. You should be cosplaying as your dad. If he was a respectable man. Should be a man, period. No pun intended. Something that he wish he had. Which I don't know why any man would want that. Like, you really want your phallus to leak freaking plasma? That's what you want? That's not what I want. Hell no. Hey, that's his business though. Hey, you want that? The boys might deliver him. But deliver what he want. So they might sing that one song too while they doing it. It's gonna give it to you. It's gonna deliver to you. It's gonna give it to you. Is that the same guy that was on the clip I was watching though? They're talking about, they not gonna. Yeah, they did say that's him. Yeah, they said that's him. He don't look the same in that little mugshot I was looking at. Like, look, bring it back. That can't be the same person, bro. Look, that can't be that, bro. It's probably. Oh, Wait, I think it's two different people. It's definitely two different people. That's not the same person. That freaking can't be. Who they say? Do they even say who that is in the picture, bro? Somebody gotta tell me, man. Do they say who that is? Somebody gotta let me know. I can't tell. It's a pretty new story. I don't know. I don't think that's him at all. Nah, I don't think that's him from the video. Although I don't know, one of them gotta be him though, cause they arrested 4 people, bro. Look, one of them gotta be him. I don't know which one it is though. Probably that one with a mask on, but no, it can't be. One of them named Jack. In this article, what is this person's name in this article? Somebody's name was Jack. Alexander Letham. Nah, it must be two different stories, man. But it's still in the same gang. It says Zizian. What the heck? This doesn't really add up. I searched for it and that's the video that popped up. Like, what the heck? Is that the right video? That's the one that popped up though. Like, the heck going on? I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know what to say about this. Let's see. I don't know. Oh crap, my jump froze. Come on now. I don't need you to freeze right now. I'm in the middle of this. Come on. Come on, Biscuit. See, I don't think neither one of them is the person too. Look at this, yo. Look at this picture, yo. Nobody on the video look like that. Who is that, man? Did they put the wrong picture on here? Probably clickbait or something. Like, did they put the wrong picture? Then again, you can't clickbait with a site. You're going to title bait, if that makes sense. Yeah, when it comes to like an article website, you can't really clickbait. I mean, you can kind of clickbait. Yeah, they do clickbait. You just gotta go to Google Images, Bing Images and all that. Yeah. Who is this person though? Did they put the wrong picture? But then, hey, that is Twitter. Twitter came through with that picture. Somni Letham. Somebody else named Tessa. But I look at the video, 4 people arrested. Like, who name was Tesla on that video, bro? Nobody name was no dang Tesla, bro. Unless I'm tripping. Let me go back. Let me go back to that other one. Which one was I at? I think I was at this one. I don't think anybody name was Tesla, bro. I would have remembered. I could be wrong. I don't know. Maybe somebody's name was Tesla. Let me see. Nah, I don't see a Tesla. See, I don't know. They probably got multiple members in that job. I don't know. Yeah, they probably got more members than we know. I'm guessing they got 6 members. Cause I see 2 other people right here that's not in the mugshots on the other videos. They're not there. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Am I tripping? Or that's not the same. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. But I guess they're in the same cult. Yeah, they're in the same cult. Pretty strange. Let's see what's going on with this
And
one.
a member of the Zizian's cult behind bars in Maryland, Jack Lasota and Michelle Zagchko are facing multiple charges, including trespassing, obstructing, and hindering. Lasota, known as Ziz, appeared to lead the group, which has been tied to killing a U.S. Border Patrol agent near the Canadian border and 5 other people. They appeared in court today for a bail hearing, but circumstances surrounding their arrests have not.
They better not get bail. Shoot. They better not get bail for doing that job. Come on now. This is crazy. You better not get no bail for this job. You better not. Shoot, they get bail, man. There's no justice up in that situation. At all, dog. At all, dog. At all, dog. That's the translation from my dialect. to a more proper sounding dialect. Oh yeah, that's some ugly junk, bro. That's some ugly junk, I tell you. Like, damn. Babe. Leave y'all with a verse or two, like I always do. In the last bit, I forgot to say that jingle. I normally say that jingle. A verse or two, like I always do. A verse or two, like I always do. A verse or two, like I always do. I'm a believer. How about you? I'm a believer. Let me stop. I'm trying to make a whole jingle now. Yeah, see, man, we got so many verses on this stuff, man. You gonna be what you sow, man. Look right here. It said, you shall not bleep. Deuteronomy 5:17. You know what would have happened to him under the old covenant? Yeah. They had to make sure that he got his. But hey, these days it still happen in some states. You know, they call that the bleep penalty. Somebody in the comment section on the website with the article said that that's what they need. Other people were saying that they need to be in the mental institution for life. You know, we got another right here. Another one. Exodus 20:13. You shall not bleep. You know, just like the granddad was telling Cain on Menace to Society. Exodus 20:13. Thou shalt not. Yeah. And then, ooh, I like that verse right there. Yeah. I forgot about that one. Revelation 21:8. But as for the cowardly, you know, the faithless, you could tell they had no faith. It ain't too late for them, though. They could change their ways with the time they have left, even if it's behind bars. The detestable. As for bleeps, which these guys are, these Zizians or Zizzies or whatever you call them, the bleep immoral, which is also what they are, obviously. Sorcerers, idolaters, all liars, you know. Which they in the lying category too, because they live in a lie, you know, trying to cross play as they aunties and junk. I don't know what to think about that. You're not your aunt. You're more like your uncle. I'm sorry. But it says their portion will be in the lake that burns with fire and sulfur, which is the second bleep. You already know. You know how it go. And just in case they felt resentment towards anybody else, the Lord is our avenger. We are not to avenge ourselves at all. See, it says it right there. Beloved, never avenge yourselves, but leave it to the wrath of God, the Most High. For it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, says the Lord. Romans 12:19. But I doubt that that Border Patrol people even did anything to these people. They probably just calling them the wrong title, I guess. They probably said, yes, sir, instead of yes, ma'am. And they probably was like, you okay, sir? I'm fine. Okay, have a nice day. He turns and walks back to his vehicle. Probably got blasted. Oh, shoot! I'm hit in the shoulder. He ducked behind his vehicle. Start blasting back. Bam, bam. He missed that fool. Got the other one. Bam. Motherfucker got hit. They probably said, ah. Like a girl. The other one got away. Got caught not much later. I don't know how much years they're going to face in the future. Probably going to face a lot. They're probably going to face a century. I don't know. I don't think they're going to face slavery numbers like that couple did. That adopted those children and turned them into slaves. That was crazy. I think the foster dad got 160 years. The foster mom got like 250. I'm talking about PlayStation gigabyte numbers. I was like, damn. I call them slavery numbers. Oh, slavery. But anyways, look, man. In case they don't understand yet, man. Look, we got a John 3:36 right here. It said, whoever believes in the Son has eternal life, but whoever rejects the Son will not see life. Oh man, hold up. I messed up something. For God's wrath remains on them. As simple as that. So obey Yeshua, Jesus Christ. Obey him, man. That's the great high priest right there. That's the Lamb. All right. That's the Lord Almighty. That's the Alpha and Omega. That's what that is, man. You must understand this if you don't already know. Oh, you must understand this, man. As simple as that. Like, what's up with the security? But look, it's another one, man. Another one. We got John 14:6. Says, Jesus answered, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. So regardless of what that dude said a few days ago, he's a liar. You know the Mahdi guy? I don't know what his name is. I keep forgetting his name. You know the guy that they say is like the Antichrist. They keep saying he's the Antichrist or some job. Because he keeps saying that he was sent by Prophet Muhammad and Jesus. I'm like, man, neither one of them dudes sent you, man. Don't be lying like that. I don't believe this dude. I know the Lord sure as heck didn't send him. Come on now. I don't believe this dude. But yeah, a lot of people believe him. I don't know. What if he winds up being the real deal? What if he has like a secret little pond that's magical, like the guy did in the movie 300? You remember how he stepped into that little pool of water? He came back out, looked like a whole different dude. Imagine if criminals had that. They ain't never getting caught. They ain't gonna never match the description. None of that. Man. Shoot. I think his name was Xerxes, wasn't it? I don't know whether he's Xerxes the 8th, the 9th. I don't know. Probably the 10th. I don't know what he was. But, you know. He was the main antagonist of that movie. I haven't seen the second one yet. I gotta see what happened on that one. But yeah. These stories are pretty crazy, man. What the heck? You know, may the Lord be with that man's family that was taken out. Yeah. May the Lord be with that, with the gender pretender's family too that was taken out. You know, may the Lord be with both their families. I'm sure neither one of their families are happy about what happened. You know, including the people that got locked up. Hopefully they change their ways. Which I kind of doubt it. I can't lie. I kind of doubt it. But I still have a little bit of hope that they can change their ways. Follow Christ. You know. Because Paul used to take people out too. And Paul got a second chance. I know it sounds crazy though. It sounds crazy me saying this. But I don't know. Maybe they can turn their life around while they're in there. I hope they do. If not, like I was reading earlier, they're going to be in that lake that got the sulfur and the brimstone. Fire. And all of that. It's up to them though, man. It's up to them, okay? It's up to them. So yeah, I'm out this mug, man. You know, tell me what y'all think about this. You don't see stories like this every day. Hopefully, I never do. May peace be upon you all and blessings.